On any given day, the weather that you are experiencing is partly, if not largely, the result of the type of air mass that is sitting over the top of your region. An air mass is a large portion of the atmosphere that may move across the Earth's surface as a homogeneous entity. Homogeneous entity just means it has like characteristics throughout. So if it's 1,000 miles across, the entire 1,000 miles have the same characteristics. An air mass carries two conditions with it from wherever it originated. It carries the temperature and the moisture conditions of the place it originated. And air masses originate at air mass source regions. These are areas of the world where air masses tend to stagnate. That means they sit around there for enough time to take on uniform conditions. Now, uniform conditions means the conditions of the area and throughout the entire air mass. Air mass source regions are generally flat areas like oceans and centers of continents, like central Canada or the Pacific Ocean. Great air mass source regions. Rocky Mountains, not flat, not an air mass source region. Then, from the air mass source region, air masses migrate. They move. And they move into areas called zones of contention. These are the areas of the world that experience the effects of invading air masses. Basically, we could sort of classify every square inch of the planet as either an air mass source region or a zone of contention. Now, we distinguish air masses using this little diagrammatic trick here. On the left-hand side, we have moisture conditions. On the right-hand side, we have temperature conditions. What we're going to do is we're going to take one symbol from the left side and add it to one symbol from the right side, and then we have an air mass. Watch. On the left side, where moisture conditions are at, what we do is this. We either use a lowercase m or a lowercase c. Lowercase m stands for maritime. This means it started out over the water and it's wet. It has a high relative humidity and probably a high specific humidity, depending, but certainly high relative humidity. Lowercase c stands for continental. This means that it started out over land and it's dry. We add one of those two lowercase letters to one of these three capital letters, capital T, capital P, or capital A. Capital T stands for tropical. This means it's hot. Capital P stands for polar. That means it's cold. Capital A stands for Arctic. That means it's really cold. So we add one letter from the left with one letter from the right, and we get an air mass. Let's take a look. There are MT air masses, maritime tropical. These are wet and warm. That's their characteristics. There are MP air masses. Those are maritime polars. Those are wet and cold. Now, there is no MA because at A, the ocean is frozen and it acts like land. There are CT air masses. Those are continental tropical. They're dry and warm. Then there are CP air masses. These are continental polar. They are dry and cold. And CA air masses, continental Arctic. These are dry and extremely cold.